So hi everyone. In this video, let's try to do some data analysis using OLAP function, online analytical processing, right? So we have to make some analysis. So you can see the assignment question on your screen. We want to see all the column in the output with sum of sales, average of sales, max of sales, minimum of sales, store wise for each store. So जो पहला क्वेश्चन है, वी वांट टू सी ऑल द कॉलम इन द आउटपुट एंड अलॉन्ग विद द एग्रीगेटेड डेटा. उसमें आपको सम भी चाहिए, एवरेज ऑफ सेल्स भी चाहिए, मैक्सिमम ऑफ सेल्स भी चाहिए, मिनिमम ऑफ सेल्स भी चाहिए. दैट मीन्स all the column along with the aggregation, right? So for that, definitely OLAP function is a good choice. OLAP function is a better choice. Now I have the query created for this. So what we can do is I'll just simply copy the query. I'll try to explain you the query. I'll give you all the code in the description box also, with the create statement, with the assignment questions, and with the code as well. Directly you just have to run the code and just try to understand the point, what exactly is happening in the query. So what is the query? Simply I am saying select a dot star. आपको पता होना चाहिए हमने a dot star क्यों लिखा है, because I want to see all the column, and then comma I am giving all this OLAP functions. पहला OLAP functions हमने दिया है sum of sales over partition by store ID. सेकेंड हमने दिया है max of sales over partition by store ID. तीसरा मैंने दिया है minimum of sales over partition by store ID. And then after every function we have given a comma. After every function we have given a comma, right? And for every OLAP function, we have given a name, sum of sales by store ID, maximum of sales by store ID. So this is just an alias to this entire derived column, to this entire OLAP function. आप इसको derived column कह लो या OLAP function कह लो. So यहाँ पे every time we are retrieving a derived column, and then from which table? From business underscore new table. I have given you a walkthrough for this table. So let me try to run this query and let's see what data says about it. So we have, this is the output. Now this is the existing column which you are deriving in the output, and then you have sum of sales, then you have max of sales, then you have minimum of sales, and then you have average of sales for store. So what is sum of sale? And I'm saying partition by store ID. तो हर स्टोर आईडी के लिए, हर पार्टीशन के लिए इट विल कैलकुलेट डिफरेंट सम ऑफ सेल्स. हर पार्टीशन के लिए इट विल कैलकुलेट डिफरेंट मैक्स ऑफ सेल्स. हर पार्टीशन के लिए इट विल कैलकुलेट डिफरेंट मिनिमम ऑफ सेल्स, एंड हर पार्टीशन के लिए इट विल कैलकुलेट डिफरेंट एवरेज ऑफ सेल्स, राइट? सो फॉर दिस पर्टिकुलर पार्टीशन, दैट इज योर 101, what is sum of sales? 2,10,000. all right, what is the maximum of sales? now ये जो पूरा डेटा है सेल्स का 6 महीने का फॉर विजय सेल्स, इसमें वी आर ट्राइंग टू कैलकुलेट कि कौन से महीने में सबसे ज़्यादा मैक्सिमम सेल हुआ है, राइट? सो यू कैन सी दैट 50,000 इज द मैक्सिमम नंबर in this partition, especially in this partition, and that's the reason you are getting 50,000 over here for max of sales, right? Now what is the minimum sales for this partition, for this segment? The minimum sale is 20,000, right? And that's the reason you are getting 20,000 over here. Now what is the average of sales for this partition? What is the average of sales for this particular partition? The average of sales for this particular partition is 35,000. Can you see that? So 35,000 is the average of sales for this particular partition. That's how you have to make an analysis. Now what is the analysis? I mean, what is the outcome that you can get from this data? Let's try to access the second partition, partition number 102. We are saying partition by store ID. Usually I can do partition by store name as well, and I can do partition by store ID as well. Both will give me the same data, but it is always recommended that in SQL you should do group by or partition by on a numeric column. You should do either group by or partition by on a numeric column, not on a textual column, not on a varchar column, right? That is the reason we have given partition by on store ID. Now for this partition, that is your 102, right? You have ohm sales. 102, you have ohm sales, and you have sum of sales. Now what is sum of sales for ohm sales? For this partition we have 1,65,000. What is the maximum sale that we have done? Is 45,000. What is the minimum sale that we have done for this particular partition? The minimum sale that we have done is 15,000 for any of the month. 45,000 भी आपने किया है, वो किसी एक महीने के लिए किया है, right? You can check that for this partition. your, yeah, 45,000 is the maximum number and 15,000 is the minimum number. And what is the average of sales? The average of sales is 27,500, right? And what about 103? 103, this is the sales number, that is your Shri sales. What is sum of sales? 1,85,000. What is maximum of sales? 45,000. What is minimum sales? Again 15,000. And what is the average of sales? Average of sales is 30,833. Now again, what is the analysis? What is the outcome that you're gonna make from this output, right? Outcome is from this data analysis is सबसे ज़्यादा जो सेल हुआ है वो हुआ है आपका विजय सेल्स के लिए, and that number is 2,10,000. And then उसके बाद जो second highest sales हुआ है वो हुआ है आपका श्री सेल्स के लिए, दैट इज़ 1,85,000. और जो सबसे कम सेल हुआ है थर्ड नंबर पे वो हुआ है आपका ओम सेल्स के लिए. सो नाउ बीइंग अ बिजनेस पर्सन, बीइंग एन MBA or being a management person, how do you make a decision? Ultimately, after seeing your data analysis, you have to make a decision. Okay, so that is the reason we are doing data analysis. So how MBA person will take a decision for this, or a management person, that your Vijay sales is really performing well. Your Vijay sales, they are really performing well, but your Shri sales is doing on the second number, but your Om sales is not performing well क्योंकि उनका sum of sales जो है वो 1,65,000 है. So here Vijay sales is clearly a winner, but your Om sales is not doing well. So management has to do something about it. Either they have to put a new sales team. What are the strategies that they are following in Vijay sales? The same kind of strategy they need to perform or implement for Om sales also, so that they can increase or they can see increase in the numbers. What about maximum of sales for any of the month? यहाँ पे भी you can see Vijay sales is quite winner, is very much winner. 50,000. Now 50,000 you are making for Vijay sales for any of the month. Now यहाँ पे आप बना रहे हो 45,000 ओम सेल्स के लिए, और श्री सेल्स के लिए भी किसी एक महीने में आपने 45,000 का सेल किया है. स्टिल विजय सेल्स इज़ विनर ओवर हियर, राइट? व्हाट अबाउट मिनिमम ऑफ सेल्स? यानी विजय सेल ने किसी एक महीने में 20,000 का बिजनेस किया, दैट मीन्स स्टिल ही इज़ विनर. मिनिमम के मामले में भी दे हैव डन 15,000. ठीक है. एवरेज सेल्स के मामले में कौन है विनर? ऑफ कोर्स विजय सेल्स इज विनर ओवर हियर इन द टर्म्स ऑफ एवरेज सेल्स. दे आर मेकिंग 35,000 का एवरेज सेल, राइट? नाउ 27,500 का एवरेज सेल इज बीइंग डन बाय 102 एंड 30,833 average sale is being done by 103. Now 102 is not performing in terms of average sales also. So that's how you can do your data analysis. And what making your data analysis even more better, because you are able to see all the column. Every data, every column will give you more clarity to make your data analysis journey very easy. But if I do it by group by, I may be having total sales or sum of sales store wise I may be having sum of sales, right? So in that way the data that you may be having is not quite sufficient enough to make a decision, to make an analysis. That's what data analysis is. There are a lot to learn about data analysis. Power BI also comes into the picture. Power BI will connect to this data set and it will do a data visualization in the form of dashboard. You can just simply create a dashboard using this data set, and you can see in a graphical manner, in a visualization manner, which sales store is doing good, which sales store is not doing good. So a lot of things to be understood in terms of reporting purpose also. So that's where OLAP really helps you. So I hope you understood this point. And then in the next video, I'll try to give you a perspective that how you can make a filter in terms of data, in terms of OLAP functions. In your previous normal queries, how we used to make filters, and in this OLAP function, how you can make filter, and you'll be able to solve different queries if you know filters in OLAP. All right, see you in the next video.